Now, Joan, you won't forget about tonight.
I know. We're to be at the Humphreys. They're going to look you over to see if you're good enough for chicken noodle.
Joan, that is no attitude. Will you please, for my sake, act like you're happy tonight? Like you're glad to join the executive family of the Humphrey Canning Company.
I'll do my best.
Well, that's more like it. And what's more, I'm going to help you make a good impression. I want you to go out today and buy yourself a mink stole.
A mink stole? But we can't afford it.
Oh, yes, we can. We have enough money in the bank.
No, there are other things we need that are more important.
Yes, but with my new job, we'll be able to afford these things. The most important thing for you to do is look like the wife of an executive. Besides, dear, I've always wanted you to have a mink.
I will not buy a mink.
Will you buy it for me?
All right. What size do you wear?
Joan, stop avoiding the issue. I want you to go out today and buy a mink. Please, honey, for my sake.
All right, I'll buy it, but I won't like it.
Who are you kidding? You'd love to have a mink.
I'd love it, but I won't like it. Hello?
Mrs. Stevens, this is Miss Bromley. Can you talk?
Well, just a minute, Mabel. Honey, I think I left the water running in the bathroom. Would you?
No, I was the last one out. I turned it off.
Well, go ahead, Mabel.
Oh, I see he's there. Look, I know I'm being presumptuous, but how do you feel about the judge giving up law and going into business?
Well, I don't like the idea. I don't think she'll be happy. But why do you ask?
Well, as his secretary, I'm somewhat in a position to observe him and know his moods, and I don't think he's too happy about becoming a business executive.
Well, are you sure? She really seems to want to be one.
Oh, she just thinks she does. I mean, if you saw the way the judge has been moping around here for the past few days, honestly, if there was ever a man cut out to serve the people, it's your husband.
I know. But that's the way she is, that's the way she's always been, and that's the way she'll always be.
Goodbye, dear. You're a great girl.
So are you. Goodbye, darling. She's gone. You can speak freely now.
Well, really, that's all I had to say. I hope you don't think I'm butting in.
Butting in? Well, I can't thank you enough for telling me what I've known all along. Only now I know it. Thanks, Miss Bromley. Goodbye.
Now, dear, don't forget to get the mink stole, and I'll meet you this evening to go to the Humphreys.
Bradley Stevens, I've changed my mind. I don't want a mink. I don't want anything that you have to be a business executive for.
Joni, you are getting a mink.
I am not.
You are getting a mink if I have to drag you down to the fur shop myself. Now, you come on. Come on, dear. This is it.
I'm not going, Brad. I just
coming
won't.
with me.
I am.
It is it.
Brad, now let me stop pulling it.
Wild horse.
I'll never forgive you as long as...
You've got it. I told you we had...
Ow. Brad, I'll never forgive you if you get me a mink coat. It's all... Ooh, my neck. Now that looks just lovely on you, man.
Isn't it lovely, Harry?
Yeah, it is.
Feel the fur. Nice, isn't it?
Nice.
Doesn't it look beautiful on me?
Sure does.
And it only cost $2,000.
Take it off.
Now, look here, Harry. You've been promising me a mink ever since the day we were married. Now all I ever hear from you is take it off, take it off.
Agnes, you know we can't afford it.
Can't afford it. That's all I ever hear. Now let me tell you
Agnes, don't
something,
yell at me,
Harry
'cause I get
Ferguson.
nervous.
There's no reason why I can't have a mink coat.
Hear that? Same thing day after day. The wife wants a mink and the husband won't buy it for her.
Stop pushing me, Brad. I don't want a mink. I do not want a mink.
Yours. Thanks. Could I help you?
Yes, we're looking for something like a mink stole or perhaps a mink coat.
Brad, I will not let you buy me a mink.
Joan.
Won't you have a seat right over there, please?
No, I will have no seat.
I'll humor her. You call the boys with the white coats.
But, Brad, we can't afford a mink.
You're getting me pretty angry. I'm buying you a mink, and that is final.
I won't take it. And that is final to your final.
Here you are, madam. I'm sure you'll like one of these. Now, if you'll just step over here and slip this on.
I will not.
Joan.
Maybe I'll try it on, but that's all. That's all.
Now, Joan.
That's the way a real woman should be. She's thinking of her husband's money, not trying to bleed him.
Yeah, and that's what I call a real gentleman. He's thinking of his wife's appearance. You never think of me.
Well, I would if you were like her. I'd think of you.
Well, if you'd be like him, I'd be like her. I bet she never has to nag him for anything. Oh, if only I'd married a man like that instead of a bum like you.
So why stay married to a bum? Why don't you marry him?
I'd like to, believe me.
All right, I'll introduce you. Say you.
Who, me?
Yes. This is my wife. She wants to marry you. Huh?
What?
Don't worry, she'll take the mink. She'll take anything.
Oh, she certainly won't take my husband.
Say, what's the matter with you anyway? You call yourself a woman?
I don't believe I know what you're talking about.
You're a disgrace to the sex, that's what. When your husband wants to buy you a mink, don't argue, take it.
But I don't want it.
What are you trying to do? Set a precedent? Take the mink.
But I don't want the mink. I don't want my husband to have to make a lot of money and be unhappy in his work.
You see, there's a woman. A real woman. She's not like you vulture.
What?
Always picking at my remains in my bank account. Always picking.
So, you like her better, huh?
Yeah, I like her better.
Why'd you marry me then? Why didn't you marry a crazy crackpot like her over there who doesn't want mink? A crazy crackpot!
Just a minute!
Shut up! Oh, don't you yell at him. There's a real gentleman who isn't too cheap to buy his wife mink. Now, you just...
Will you let go of the sleeve, dear? Now, let me tell you a thing or
shut
two.
up.
Don't you yell at her. There is a lady. She's not out to bleed her poor husband to death.
Why don't you marry her? Go on. I set you free.
All right, I will. And don't think I won't. Madam, would you please marry me?
Oh, well, I'm a little tied up now.
This is ridiculous. This lady happens to be my wife.
Well, you don't deserve her like I do. I'd be kind to her. You wouldn't catch me forcing a mink coat on this poor kid.
Now, he is sweet.
Just a minute.
Here, I'm sure you'll like this one, madam.
I am not interested.
Well, I am. Anybody would be stupid enough not to take a magnificent photo. Oh, how does it look, honey?
Honey,
you couldn't possibly call me.
All right, I'll buy it for you already. Anything for a little peace of mind.
Oh, Harry. Oh, darling, what made you change your mind?
He did. He made me ashamed of myself.
Really? Oh, thank you. Oh, this is the most beautiful thing I ever saw. I don't want it.
Why not?
It's her fault. She made me ashamed of myself.
But, Angel, I want you to have it.
I won't take it. Here, take it away. Take it
But,
away.
Angel, downface, snookums. For me, please, huh?
Well, all right. If it'll make you happy, why not? Oh, it's so beautiful.
Look at that. 2 years ago, I gave up a nice, dignified job in the post office to go into business to buy her nice things. You know what she said then?
What?
She screamed at me. She said she didn't want anything. All she wanted me to do was stay in the post office where I was happy. And now, after 2 years, all she's got is the gimme.
I heard that, you worm. 2 years ago, you had hair.
Ow, not so hard, Ed.
You didn't have that pot belly Molly and you weren't so hard to live with. 2 years ago, just having you was enough. Now I need the mink so that I can ignore the rest.
Well, is it my fault that I'm nervous and hard to live with? What do you think running a business is? A picnic? Oh, I'm telling you, I'm so upset. Oh, you keep out of this. Believe me, I should have stayed in the post office.
Why didn't you then? You're not the type for business. You're not the type.
Well, neither is my husband.
Really? What does he do?
Oh, he's a business executive.
No kidding. Ain't it murder?
No, I'm afraid my wife is pulling your leg. I'm not really a business executive.
Huh?
No, I'm a judge, and, well, I just learned something, and I'm going to stay a judge.
Oh, Brad, darling.
Agnes.
Ah, Harry.
Now, fess up, lover. Doesn't this look better on you than a can of chicken noodle?
Yes, it feels good to be here where I belong and to know I'm going to stay here.
Let me have that, dear.
Huh? No, Joni, what are you...
And now, as presiding judge of the Stevens family, I hereby sentence you to life.
Really, Your Honor, life?
Yes, as a judge and as my husband. You see, honey, I got you on 2 counts. And I like them both. Here, order in the court, order in the court.